Stanley Cup dreams come true.
ABC is home to the Stanley Cup Final.
I hate talking about last year. It didn't end the way we wanted it to. There's some great memories, but we got to create some new memories this year.
The Florida Panthers repeat as Eastern Conference champions.
Last year, I just remember going around and telling everybody, we'll be back, we'll be back. Well, we're back.
After a 2-9-1 start.
Is the runway long enough to get back to the team that everybody thought they could be this year, which was Stanley Cup final contention?
In the modern age, it's an occurrence of some rarity. Such chances should not be squandered.
When you're young, you think it's going to happen every year, and all of a sudden, it doesn't.
We don't want to just be happy with being here. Act this out as if it's your last chance.
It's so hard to get there. You got to take advantage because you never know. It might never come back.
It's not about 1-2 players. You need all the guys working together, and things need to fall into place for it to happen.
Enjoy the moment.
You just have to stay in the moment.
It's one of those moments. We may not get here again.
Tremendous number of adversities, and you know how difficult it is to win the Stanley Cup.
That's what you play for, and when you get there, you want to do anything to win it.
Money can't buy you the Stanley Cup. The most talented team very rarely wins the Stanley Cup. You can overcome talent with effort. It's a battle of attrition. It's 2 months, the toughest, bravest, strongest come to the top.
This is the hardest damn trophy in the world to win.
Bobrovsky dives to his right with a robbery!
Their experience, they're a better team than they were last year, so well coached, their players are hungry. This is an opportunity for this group to make their own history and get a whole new group of young fans appreciating how hard it is to win the Stanley Cup.
Every game becomes more difficult, trying to win 16 games to win the Stanley Cup.
I'm willing to go through it all again to get a Stanley Cup.
Everybody's buying in.
It takes a lot of buy-in, a lot of hard work.
It's such a grind. We're here now.
We've been waiting all year for this moment to do what we didn't do last year.
Two monsters colliding, and it is going to be a battle.
Steak from Conor McDavid 9 years to get to his first Stanley Cup final.
Feels like a dream, honestly.
These fans are some of the most passionate in the league.
Wait, you're going to see the most beautiful piece of silver. The Holy Grail is coming out, folks.
It's the greatest trophy in professional sports. Stanley Cup!
This is the ultimate. You never want to choke until you won this, and I don't know how to describe it.
Can you talk about being Canada's team, everyone there coast to coast cheering for the Oilers? Any additional pressure with that?
Yeah, well, there's a million fans back in Vancouver. Do you have anything to say to them?
Sure, it's a pleasure.
The Edmonton Oilers, what a ride. Nobody gave them a chance. The Anaheim Ducks are the Stanley Cup champions.
But it's heartbreak at the other end. Tough to describe that feeling.
Obviously, we're a Canadian team. We got great Canadian fans, and it feels good to unite the country a little bit. That's what sports is all about, is bringing people together, and hopefully we're doing that for Canadians across the country.
The Stanley Cup final is officially set. Oilers, Panthers.
It's going to be a real exciting series.
It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. We'll never sacrifice their will. Against all the odds, against all your pain, your back's on the wall, with no one to blame.
domination here in Boston by the Florida Panthers.
Forsling with 1:33 left. Cup scores! Sam Reinhart wins it for Florida.
He gets points, he finds ways, he goes to the net, and he plays a hard game. He plays a tough game, and he is going to be, I would think, under the skin of the Edmonton Oilers. He is going to be a pain. He's going to hit. He's going to do all of those things, but he's also going to go to the net. You look at last year's playoff run. They went to the Stanley Cup final, and Matthew Tkachuk had a bunch of big goals. He had 24 points in 20 playoff games last year. This year, 19 and 19, and he's a guy that does a lot of things. And I remember seeing him play with the London Knights in the 2016 Memorial Cup. And you could tell he was going to be a good player already then.
He was so good at wearing that number 7 on the London Knights. Shout out to Paige Martin for London Knights as well. All right, let's hear from Matthew Tkachuk this morning speaking about game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Final and what he expects against the Edmonton Oilers.
What's it like playing the Oilers again? A team you have a lot of history with. I guess I know them more than probably most guys by playing in Calgary, but we just had the one playoff series against them that they won and played them a bunch in the regular season, but there's a lot of different guys over there. I was just saying earlier, I don't even know if I've faced Skinner yet since he's been on the team. Maybe I have, but it's different. It's definitely different over there. They're playing great. They're a great team. Finally got to watch some of their games against Dallas, playing every other night, our series and their series. So it was good to watch their games. They played really well and ultimately deserved to win the West. So should make for a great final.
Hello, everybody, and welcome on into the Oilers Plus Live pregame show. Thanks so much for joining us in progress. Oil Country, I hope you're ready. The Stanley Cup Final, well, we're just moments away from puck drop. It's been 18 years in the making. Can't wait for this one. Let's see how the Edmonton Oilers stack up against the Florida Panthers with tonight's projected lineup. Now, this is based off yesterday's practice. So Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, Hyman, Kane, Draisaitl, Holloway. No changes there, but then we see a little shuffling here, Cam. It's Warren Foegele, Ryan McLeod, and Corey Perry, Matthias Janmark, Adam Henrique on the fourth line, and Connor Brown up front, rounding out the forward group. And then no changes on the back end. Stuart Skinner getting the start. But when it comes to the makeup of that bottom 6, Cam, what really stands out to you?
Well, Warren Foegele gets to come back into the lineup. Yep. He missed the last 3 games, so I would think he's going to be incredibly motivated to not only come into the lineup and have some impact, but to stay in the lineup. And I like the way the team looks down the middle. 4 strong centers, and you expect a lot out of them. Same thing, Ryan McLeod was out of the lineup. He came back in, played real well when he came back in. So it's big for Warren Foegele to get this opportunity.
I loved what Chris Knobloch had to say earlier this week about having the decision to take out Warren Foegele from the lineup. And he said, listen, he's a 20-goal scorer. It's not an easy decision taking out somebody who can put the puck in the net. And Warren Foegele, well, he spoke yesterday in Sunrise, Florida, talking about how he needs to shoot the puck a little bit more and needs to be a little bit more streamlined in his game. Well, let's streamline ourselves all the way down to Sunrise, Florida, where number 37 is standing by with Paige Martin. Paige?
Warren, you step back into the lineup tonight for game 1. What does a strong start look like for you and your line?
Yeah, it's it's an exciting time right now. Everyone wants to play their best, but can't wait to seize the opportunity.
Can't help but notice the new patch on your jersey. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Can you take us through? This is a moment you probably dreamed about for so long.
Yeah, lots of road hockey, mini sticks, thinking of this moment. We've been battling all year, and it's our time to go after it.
Have so much fun. Soak it all in, Warren.
Awesome. Thanks.
There's Warren Foegele. He steps back into the lineup tonight alongside Ryan McLeod and Corey Perry. And as you can see, as the Oilers are warming up, Oil Country is here. They are loud. They are proud. My goodness, there's even a Zach Hyman Maple Leafs jersey. Have we converted a Toronto Maple Leafs fan? I don't know. I mean, she's definitely a Zach Hyman fan, and for good reason as well. Now, I got a good story for you. The other night, we met a couple, big Oilers Oilers fans, they got into Fort Lauderdale. They're from Edmonton. They got into Fort Lauderdale very, very late on Thursday night, even Friday morning. They said as soon as they were checking into their hotel, it was pretty quiet because of how late it was. But once they heard the radio playing. Guess what it was playing? I hope you take a guess, but I'm also going to tell you. It was La Bamba. What a great sign. Another great sign, we got the Stelters in the house as well. Oil Country is showing up, and it is just incredible to see. I know that we are down here in Fort Lauderdale, but my goodness, Oil Country, I know that you are showing up wherever you are, especially inside Rogers Place. It's time to get loud. I hope you have so much fun at the watch party. I hope you have so much fun wherever you're having a watch party. It's game one of the Stanley Cup final. Tony and Cam, back to you.
Thanks so much, Paige. Now we'll be heading back to Florida to get Paige's 3 keys to the game, but let's talk about 3 players first, and I'm going to combine the first 2. McDavid, Draisaitl, first time we ever see them in the Stanley Cup final. We've often seen that the best and the biggest stage in this game brings out the best of the 2 best players in the world. What are you expecting, Cam, from number 97 and 29?
They're absolute best. And I go back to last year, and when the Oilers lost to Vegas and we were doing the postseason media, the hurt in their eyes, both those players, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and the determination in their eyes, knowing that they were so close against the Vegas Golden Knights, and then Vegas goes on to win the Stanley Cup. So Edmonton was right there. Things went south in games 5 and 6, a series that was tied at 2-2. And seeing that determination and that hurt, and knowing full well that those guys were going to pull that right back into this season. Now, I was a little surprised with the way it started this year, but it has definitely turned around, and here they are in the Stanley Cup final for the first time. So because they're here, they know how hard it is to get here and how long it has taken them. I expect nothing less than their absolute best.
All right, Cam, how about someone you're very familiar with? Of course, I'm talking about the Nuge! Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, of course, the longest tenured Oiler when it comes to games played. 948 games in an Oilers uniform. That's regular season and playoffs, game number 1 in the Stanley Cup final. How happy are you for number 93?
I am so fired up for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And you think of, the years where things weren't going as well, and Ryan was a guy that was giving it his all, and one of the players that fans were coming to see play every night, and he just continued to battle and to work, and to get this opportunity now for him after the long time from getting into the NHL to his first shot here at a Stanley Cup final. So happy for him, and he has played very well through these playoffs. That's no surprise to me at all. I expect his best as well here in the Stanley Cup final.
All right, Cam, let's go back to Florida where Paige Martin is standing by with tonight's 3 keys to the game should they want to go up 1-0 against the Panthers. Paige?
Thanks so much, Tony and Cam. I'll get to 3 keys in just a sec, but I want to make sure that I say hello to Oil Country. I hope you guys are having an absolute blast. Guys, we've made it. It's game 1 of the Stanley Cup final here in the Sunshine State. My goodness, we are so excited. I know that we're probably feeling a whole range of emotions, nerves, excitement, so much energy, whatever it is. I just hope that there's a big smile on everyone's faces because we are in for some incredible hockey. We are right now just standing right outside the Oilers locker room. As you can see the sign there, the players, they're just about to take the ice for game 1 against the Florida Panthers. But hey, let's talk about some 3 keys, all right? Keys to tonight's game, game 1. First, keep it simple. This team has talked about the way that, in order to be able to play their best hockey, they just have to keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try and make the fancy plays. Just stick to what you got to do and play some simple hockey. Matthias Ekholm this morning, he said we got to keep them wide. So push them wide. That's number 2. Make sure that the Florida Panthers can't get to that prime real estate at the middle of the ice. This is a team that can shoot. They're fast. They will crash the net. So as wide as you can keep them towards those boards, make sure that you do that. And number 3, this kind of applies to all of us. I'm saying it for the players, but I'm also saying it for all of us as well. Take a deep breath. This is a moment that for these players, they've dreamed about all their lives to be able to get here in these next 7 games, my goodness. But also, Oil Country, this is for you as well. So take a deep breath. Feel that excitement, feel all of the energy. We are in for something incredible. I hope at the watch party, you're having such a good time. And Plaza, I hope you're having such a good time. If you're at home on the couch, oh my goodness, I hope you're getting loud. I hope your jerseys are on. I hope the popcorn. and just have a great time. I'm so excited about this. I hope you are as well.
Or ahead of yourself. You got to take care of what's in front of you.
So good, and that was done yesterday. We're nearly 50 days into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Fantastic. And the travel, it takes a toll, Kev.
It does, and I know you guys have gotten the same, but lots of people ask me who's going to win this series. The two teams are so evenly matched that it's going to come down to the little things. So consider this, the travel schedule so far in the playoffs. The Oilers, we already know where they are, Northern Canada. This is what their first round looked like. Compared to, obviously, Florida playing Tampa Bay. It could be a 4-hour drive or it could be an up and down on the plane. And then, you know, the Boston series, again, a little bit more travel for Florida. But you're going to see consistently that the Oilers have been traveling more. And probably the more important thing is the Oilers have played in a different time zone in every series. So some games are at 7, 8 o'clock, their time zone. Then, you know, a time zone over. And you look at the total there, and that's on top of that 4,000 distance. The Oilers have already put that in to get to where they are now. So now the Oilers are at, you know, 23, 24,000 already. That's almost like another series and a half they've traveled. And I did it with Boston, coast to coast. Kel, you've done it. Yep. LA to Montreal. The little things, they catch up to you.
Okay, so I totally believe, but I'm also going to use Derek Lalonde's line. I loved it. Whenever he really believed in something, he said it's real. So those numbers and what you can overcome, the fatigue you can overcome mentally.
And maybe it's one more factor for the Oilers to feel motivated. If it feels like that's in the favor of the Panthers, one more thing for them to build incentive.
Absolutely. Time for the Stanley Cup concert series. DA mentioned some of the shows we'll see when we get up to Edmonton. This time around, we're going outside the rink here at Amarant Bank Arena. Kid Laroi has a chart-topping song right now, Girls, but this is him performing Bleed outside here in Florida.
Hockey Night in Canada and the NHL on Sportsnet present the Stanley Cup Final.
This can be too hard for some to describe, too elegant for some cliche, too sizable not to consider all reason, and simply too rare to rely on hope.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Hold on. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Hold on. Hold on.
It's here that hockey's novel is written. Chapters of raw emotion that cover all possible genres.
Stanley Cup champions!
Moments that encircle this game's history. A tapestry of mere mortals whose names became immortal.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Hold on. Hold on.
Two remain on the tilt of greatness. One aims to leave behind a pile of broken mirrors. The other carries the burden of tradition,
There's a new bunch on the block.
of a country, and the expectation to not only be great, but better.
Wow!
the stick of Connor McDavid.
Trophy to win is the most beautiful trophy, the Stanley Cup.
They can feel it coming. History is in the air. It's the Stanley Cup Final, next on Sportsnet.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans of the United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
He's got a stick. He's in. Scores!
Absolutely amazing.
Producer Phil Rosenkowski and superstar Phil Collins. His first solo single for all the 40 albums that Phil, as either Genesis or his solo career, produced. That's the song. That's the signature drum break, and it's a great precursor to this event as we get set to announce somebody's legend. Is it the McDavid era? Is it the Paul Maurice period? One or the other will hoist and carve out a piece of history. The Oilers and the Panthers for the 2024 Stanley Cup, and you can see it on the edited by Rogers. Here with Jennifer Botterill, Kelly Rudy, and Kevin Bieksa at Emirates Bank Arena. Let's begin our coverage this evening with...
Join us there. We leave you with the Stanley Cup Concert Series, which is presented by Body Armor, featuring the Kid Leroy. And here he is outside the arena singing his hit, appropriately enough for hockey, Bleed. Arena singing his hit.
Best skilled player in the world right now, but to cement his legacy with the likes of Wayne Gretzky and Bob Orr and Mario Lemieux and Jean Beliveau, he has to win a Stanley Cup, and tonight, after 9 long years, he has an opportunity to cement his legacy.
Add Mark Messier to that list. So we go from the best player on the planet. Is Florida the best team?
Not the best team, but best defensive team, and they're gonna. This is gonna be their tallest task. They have to control the middle of the ice, and when they control the middle of the ice, I think of 2 main principal players on this team that are gonna be effective in this series. Sasha Barkov, the best two-way player in the game, and Forsling, who might be just the best shutdown defenseman in the game. Those 2 were keys in shutting down Pasternak, Marchand, the whole Tampa Bay crew, and then eventually New York. But now they have a task. Can you shut down the best engineered hockey player potentially of all time?
Best engineered.
Buckle up, strap in, let's go.
Can you imagine the Panthers got Forsling off waivers? They got that kind of guy. Florida Panther fans excited to start out as host of this 2024 Stanley Cup Final. The Kid Leroy is on hand and his hit song, Stay.
Welcome back to South Florida, where just 12 miles to the north and west of downtown Fort Lauderdale, you'll find Emirates Bank Arena in Sunrise, hosting the Stanley Cup Final for the 2nd year in a row. The Panthers, supported by a boisterous and rapidly growing fan base. And unlike last year's Cup final, in which they lost to Vegas in 5 games, this time around, Florida has the home ice advantage. I'm Sean McDonough. Ordinarily about 7 levels above where I am right now. It's the Stanley Cup final. We need to be close to the ice. I don't want to know what my seat would cost if I had to pay for it tonight. So in this series, it's the 5th year in a row that we have 2 teams that have never met in the postseason, but they know what they're in for. The Oilers have to deal with the relentless and smothering team defense first Florida Panthers, and Florida has to deal with not just Connor McDavid, but the top 4 point scorers in these playoffs. Many believe Leon Draisaitl's the second best player in the world. Evan Bouchard on a record-setting pace for points among defensemen in the playoffs. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins does it all, and 14 of those 18 points for Zach Hyman are goals. He leads the playoff in goals. So Ray Ferraro down there between the benches. There's a lot more to contend with for Florida than just Connor McDavid.
When you think of the Oilers, you think of Connor McDavid, and why wouldn't you? He's the best player in the game. But 41 of the 63 goals that the Oilers have scored in the playoffs are with those 5 players. And outside of McDavid, there's plenty to deal with. These 5 players play on the Oilers power play that runs at over 36%. Evan Bouchard is pushing himself into the Conn Smythe Trophy conversation. Leon Draisaitl may be the best shooter in the game. Zach Hyman has been a marvelous producer in the playoffs, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins may be the quiet producer on this team. This is a better checking team and a better and a deeper team than they've ever been. The best Oiler team is the first one in the Connor McDavid era to get to the finals.
You know what you're dealing with when you play Florida. We highlighted Alexander Barkov and Gustav Forsling, but they do it as a team, and the tone setter in terms of the emotion is Matthew Tkachuk.
This is such a predictable team to watch, shift after shift. They're big, they're physical, they want to hold the puck on the forecheck, and their defense starts in the offensive zone. You're right, offensively they are led by Matthew Tkachuk. Physically, he's the engine and the heartbeat of this team, while they'll try to get Barkov and Forsling and Ekblad out as much as possible against McDavid. As Tkachuk goes, so go the Panthers. And like the Panthers, Tkachuk has been far more disciplined this year. They don't take as many penalties as people might think.
If you get through the swarm of defenders, you still have to get one past Sergei Bobrovsky. He's given up 2 or fewer in 10 of the last 11. And Stuart Skinner just about as hot in the Edmonton net. The opening faceoff shortly.
Everybody's in the prime of their career. I think we have the opportunity to knock on the door as much as we want.
Connor McDavid, who else? He's wheeling and dealing, and he scores!
They've been on a mission this year. It's cup or bust, right, for this group. You know, just with where everyone's at in their career, that's the expectation.
Only 3 of the 40-plus players who will appear in this series have their name on the Stanley Cup. But now, all of the members of one of these teams just 4 wins away from the right to lift the greatest trophy in sports.
Call it a code or an unwritten rule. But to know hockey is to know this.
To touch the Stanley Cup, you have to earn it.
For 3 decades, Phil Pritchard has been the keeper of this majestic trophy. And for 3 decades, he's lived by that very mantra.
These guys have white gloves on, carrying the Stanley Cup. That is precious. It's beautiful.
To me, the white gloves are the ultimate sign of respect. I've kept every pair of gloves I've ever worn with a Stanley Cup over the years. They all represent some part of hockey history that is here on my kitchen table right now.
Tonight, history has arrived yet again. The Stanley Cup is up for grabs. But to touch it, then lift it, requires nothing short of brilliance.
McDavid, beautiful move, scores! What can you say?
Everybody knows you don't touch the cup until you've won it. It'd be an absolute dream come true.
I told myself, until you win it and put everything you can into winning that, just don't touch it.
Survive the greatest challenge in sports, and then, and only then, can the gloves come off.
You don't touch it till you've earned it.
Welcome to the Stanley Cup Final.
You're watching the Stanley Cup Final on ABC, presented by Geico. Will the Panthers touch the puck, touch the cup for the first time in franchise history? Or will it be Edmonton for the 6th time? Here's Andrew Imbert.
Now, let's meet the two teams who are competing for the Stanley Cup. First, the Edmonton Oilers. The head coach is Chris Knobloch. At forward, in his 13th season, number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. On defense, in his 13th season, number 14, Matthias Ekholm. At forward, in his 9th season, number 18, Zach Hyman. At forward, in his 9th season, number 97, Connor McDavid. On defense, in his 5th season, number 2, Evan Bouchard. And in goal in his 4th season, number 74, Stuart Skinner. And now, your Florida Panthers. The head coach, Paul Maurice. At forward, in his 11th season, number 16, Alexander on defense, in his 10th season, number 5, Aaron Ekblad. On defense, in his 7th season, number 42, Gustav Forsling. At forward, in his 5th season, number 23, Carter Verhaeghe. At forward, in his 10th season, number 13, Sam Reinhart. And in goal tonight, in his 14th season, number 72, Sergei Bobrovsky.
Oh, say, can you see by
but so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
And the lights come up on game one of the Stanley Cup final. Tonight's guest drummer for the Florida Panthers and their fans is Miami Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniel. He's pretty musically inclined. Starting goalies brought to you by Audi. For Edmonton, the Edmonton native Stuart Skinner living his dream. In goal for the Oilers in a Stanley Cup final. He was benched for 2 games in round 2 against Vancouver, and since then the 1.81 goals against over the last 8. Outstanding in their Western Conference clinching win against Dallas. Sergei Bobrovsky, 2 goals or fewer in 10 of the last 11 and in 13 out of the 17 in these playoffs. He has started and played every minute of this postseason for Florida, and in all it's his 36th straight playoff start, extending his Panthers franchise record. The top guns out there right away, and Paul Maurice will match up Alexander Barkov against Connor McDavid to get the final started. The referees are Dan O'Rourke and Steve Kozari, the linesmen Matt McPherson and Johnny Murray. Congratulations to them here because of their excellence all season long, and we're underway.
It is game 1 of the Stanley Cup final here on EA Sports. What a thrill for me. Hi, everybody. I'm James Cybulski. I cannot wait for this. Yeah, you can just feel the buzz in this city all day long, and we are seconds away now for this opening faceoff. The cup is on the line. Game 1. Let's go. Play blown dead. Let's get the call. Verhaeghe's going off for slashing. Our first look tonight at their power play unit.
Scoreless game right now, James, but an opportunity on the power play. You have to find a way to convert. Move that puck quickly and open up lanes.
Florida's got it into the offensive zone. Here's a feed in front. Oh, and he comes up with a stop. Goaltender covers up. We got a stoppage in play. Special teams so important. Can they capitalize on this power play here with a face-off? The Panthers win the draw, and they go on the attack here in the offensive zone. And he's knocked off the puck there. Up along the wing. Tries to the crease. Oh, stick
big as possible, and that's exactly what he does right there and just takes away the net.
Here's a chance in front! And he denies that great opportunity there. Luos to right inside, still short-handed here as they slide in for the face-off. The Panthers will go to work here in the offensive zone. Moves it to Brown. Broken up in the neutral zone by Mahura.
Verhaeghe's almost back on the ice.
Slides it diagonally to Hyman. Florida's PK unit comes up big as both sides are back to even strength.
Power plays have the opportunity to really dictate pace and change the momentum of the game, and this one didn't do any of it, James. Certainly frustrated as they head back to the bench.
Quick feed to Henrique. Too much congestion, blocks the shot. And that's intercepted by Hyman. Scores! What a shot!
Now your opponent's chasing the game. When you get the first goal of a playoff series, you're starting it off sending a clear message that you want it.
The Oilers draw first blood here in period number 1.
Now, it's been a bit of a scrappy play going back and forth here, James, but they get up by 1. You've got to wonder if it now opens the game up.
Puck is dropped and play resumes. Big hit, and that frees up possession. And that play's neutralized. Icing is the call. We'll get a face-up at the other end.
Hyman's been lighting the lamp with this point streak, playing so confident. He knows where he is on the ice, and it just seems that every time it makes its way towards the net, the puck's going in.
More than half the period left to play. We've got a 1-0 hockey game thus far. That's gloved by Bobrovsky. Edmonton's got a hold of it against the wall. Broken up with a stick. From the left side, they enter the offensive zone. Moves inside! He scores! Off the pipe and bulging the twine!
Well, it's a game of inches, isn't it? And this time, those inches that work in his favor, they go right into the net. Having another look at it on the replay, we can see that he got a piece of it, but just not enough, and it squeaks through to the net.
And we're moments away from getting back underway here with the puck drop. Florida's won it. Slides into Barkov. He grabs the puck here at the point. From behind the net. And he takes a shot. And that goes off a body. Picked up along the wall by Barkov. Monster blocker stopped by Skinner.
It's amazing to me how he always looks like he's in the right position because he tracks and reads the play so well. And this time he gets in front of the puck that's right in the middle of the ice as the shooter's got a dangerous opportunity.
Here's a short pass to Verhaeghe. Steps inside. Moves the puck down low. Taken along the wall by Barkov. Here he is in front. Denies him. Drives to the sweet spot. Beauty stop right there.
Beauty save back there. He's really owning his crease.
Rips it. Gets a piece of it to keep it out. My word, they've really got them hemmed in here in their own zone. Takes possession of the puck. Carries it. Gets it in front of the net. Oh, what a save. And they've done it in their own end here. Slides the puck into the offensive zone. Takes a couple of knocks and loses control. Barkov's taking it from his own end. And the officials are going to say play on here.
Well, that's some great speed to be able to catch up to the puck and keep that play alive.
Penalty coming up as the play's blown dead.
Late in the period, in a close game, a tough penalty to take, James. But if they can just kill it off and get to the intermission, they can reset to start the next period.
Edmonton's got another opportunity opportunity here on the man advantage.
On the power play so far, they've been real tight to the net, James. They've got to find a way to go low to high and open up that white ice from the point.
Florida's taken possession in their own end. Solid check to slow them down. The Panthers looking against the half wall. Edmonton's gained possession along the boards. Picking up momentum across the zone here on the right side. Huge steal in his own end. Carries it in. The center feed! And he shuts down a great scoring chance there. The Rostalainen's recognizing they're still short-handed here as they get ready for the face-off. The Panthers win the face-off. Reach it. He's got a little jump. All alone. Oh, denies him on the play.
And this is a great play by the tender to anticipate and get across to make that save.
Big save right at the end. Well, that brings an end to period number 1. Still lots more action to go. Both teams will recharge and be back with more on-ice action in the second in no time.
Recycling is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. Williams Recycling recycles enough paper to save more than 41 million.
Period number 2 set to go here. Officials moments away from dropping the puck. The Panthers open the frame short-handed. There's still a few seconds left on this penalty that they need to kill off, and they've got possession. Fantastic stick save by Skinner.
Well, this is an incredible save, James. It's anticipation as well. Recognize that the shooter is in the low slot, getting in front of it and making the save.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. We are all tied up in this one. Edmonton's got the win off that draw. The Oilers take possession in the defensive end. And that's picked off in the neutral zone by Tarasenko. The Panthers played along the wing. Can't connect. And that's a great defensive heads-up to force the turnover. Quick pass to Draisaitl. To the low slot. Oh, a clutch save. Here they come down the right side and on the attack. Shot. Denies him with the pad. Picked up along the boards by Nurse. With some open space here in the neutral zone. Fires it on net. Turned aside with the glove by Bobrovsky. Florida's across the blue line. The Oilers gain possession in their own end. Here he is on a breakaway. Oh, that just looked like indecisiveness there, Cheryl.
Yeah, and a lack of confidence as well, James. When you're in all alone, you have to know exactly what you want to do, and you have to play with authority. Well, the game is played at such fast rate that sometimes you want to slow your opponent down, but if you take too much ice, it's going to be an interference call.
Edmonton's power play unit puts their hard hats on as they go back to work.
No, they haven't scored on the power play yet. 100% is not a number that you see typically. So they got to find a way to just stay confident, trust the process and their skill sets.
The Panthers cross the line and gain the zone.
Didn't mean to step on you like that, James, but looked at that hit and it just took me off guard. Oh, James, he's still down after that huge hit. He's really struggling and laboring, and you just got to hope that he's okay. Let's have another look at that hit there, James. I mean, he looks shaken up.
McDavid's looking to win this draw on this man advantage here. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. And now he moves it quickly to Rostalainen. Taken by Nugent-Hopkins. There's a shot denied by the goaltender. I don't think anybody was hanging onto the puck after that hit. Moves it quickly over to McDavid. Loses his balance on the play. Oh, it's denied by Bobrovsky.
Well, he does a great job of having sound positional play based on where the puck is on that low inner slot. And he makes himself big, takes away the holes, and makes the save.
Bennett's ready for the draw as they continue to be shorthanded here. McDavid's got it. Now they'll look to see what they can do with it offensively. Receives the pass. Oh, big time hit along the wall. And this is what, oh my goodness, it stayed out. What a save.
It was all but in, James, and that athleticism and the will to get to that puck, that was on display.
Drives it to the crease. Scores! There it is, the go-ahead goal.
And how good does that feel? You can see the selling. The energy is certainly there, and now it's about dictating the pace going forward. Next shift, critically important. Oh, he burns the goaltender on that one. Picks up the rebound and buries it home. Boy, looks frustrated now. James knows that you got to redirect that puck to a safe spot.
The Panthers have gone in front by 1 here in the second period.
Yeah, and it certainly changes the mindset when you're ahead by 1 in a very close deadlock game, James. Now they got to push the pace, put the pedal to the metal, and try and figure out a way to cash in again.
Moves it to Kulikov. And that's knocked away by Nurse.
Skinner's last save was so impressive, James. Really a last-ditch effort to find the puck. When you out-battle, when you out-will your opponent, everyone around you gets energized. Just look at the bench. Everyone is elevated because of that save.
Came up with a nice save.
Bobrovsky's been dominating the crease tonight. He's turned away a lot of high-danger shots, and he's really found a way to build some momentum for his team, give him a real opportunity to win.
Knocked away by Mahura. The Panthers gain control of the puck against the wall. And the officials waving off icing here. And the puck's booted away. Florida's got possession of the puck. Centering feed! Oh, and they couldn't complete that. Oh, he rocked him on the play.
Oh, you know that he felt that one, James. The body is reverberating after it. What a great hit.
Quick shot. Oh, what a save. He stopped it. Wow.
Oh, that's an intangible effort that you can't teach, James. That's all about desperation and the will to stop that puck. Well, he certainly looks frustrated after letting that goal in, James. It's almost like a fielder in baseball. If you touch it, you should be able to stop it, and then he gets a big chunk of that one. Unfortunately, it goes in the netting.
Florida's been dominating the pace of play all night, and Cheryl, they've now extended this lead to 2.
It's been a dominant performance, James, right from the puck drop, and now they'll be heading into the intermission. They'll want to make sure that they reset. You know their coaching staff is going to be telling them, listen, right from the third period on, we got to find a way to finish, execute, and continue what we started.
Slides the puck down low. Quick feed to Kulak. Stones him in front. And he elects to play the puck. And that skips away on a nice defensive deflection. Florida's on the attack. And reads the play perfectly and picks off the pass.
The Oilers are doing a great job of anticipating the play, and that's why the puck is on their stick. They're intercepting pucks all game long. They've got to make good on them. They've got to transfer it, head north, and start cashing in.
Florida's going to start with the puck inside the offensive zone. Well, there you go. 2 periods down, 1 more to go. At least for now, right? Third period just around the corner. Time to drop the puck here in period number 3. And they have dropped the puck here on the final frame. Well, Pounder, we've played more than 40 minutes now in this one. How do you view things?
The Oilers are right where they should be in this game, James, and that is behind entering the third period. Why? They just haven't had the puck. It hasn't been on their stick, which means they haven't been able to generate anything offensively.
Let's get the call.
Another stick infraction, and you know that coaches don't like this one. A product of not being in good position, reaching, and then taking the trip because you weren't moving your feet.
Both teams lining up for the face-off, and it's a chance to see if there's actually some power in this power play.
First opportunity on the power play in this game. And specialty teams are the difference so many times in a game. Huge for them to set the tone and really get the setup and the looks they're looking for.
Scores! And they put the power in power play.
For effective power play, you have to move the puck around with precision and you have to create some motion to open up lanes. That's exactly what happens here. They're able to get the puck to the middle of the ice, and that's how they get the goal.
The Panthers continue to attack the net here in period number 3, adding yet another goal to their score.
Well, it's been all areas of the game that have really been terrific tonight, James. I've also enjoyed the communication that we're seeing on the ice, not just the body language, but also the vocalness. I mean, they're creating all over the ice, and it's been real fun to watch.
Moves it to the middle. Picked off in front. Skinner's opted to hang on to the puck for a face-off. The Panthers have built themselves a sizable lead here early in this third period. Off the draw, they take possession. And it's a quick pass to Draisaitl. Now a quick pass to Hyman. Takes the puck at the point. Picks off the pass in the defensive zone. Here's a short pass to Reinhart. The Oilers take possession in the neutral zone. Quick pass to Hyman. And the goaltender comes up with a piece of it to keep it out of the net. Can't keep a hold of it after that hit. Lets it rip. Up to the challenge as he gets his pad on it. The Oilers gain control of it. Moves it around along the half wall. Takes a shot. Can't get it to go. And now it's grabbed by Kulikov. They got a whistle. Penalty coming up.
Being down by a bunch of goals, and then you get running around with frustration and out of control, and that's the reason why you took a penalty.
The Panthers once again send out their power play unit.
They've already scored on the power play tonight, James, and if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. The coach has got them all ready to go, fired up. They've worked endlessly on this setup, and man, is it working tonight.
The Panthers have it against the wall. Grabbed along the boards by Luosterainen. Gaining momentum along the wing. Here's a shot. That's gloved by Skinner. Ref blows the whistle as the puck's covered up. Janmark's gliding in for the face-off as this penalty kill will continue. Florida's got the puck inside the offensive zone. Tarasenko's got it against the boards. The Oilers will kill off a few extra seconds now. Takes a shot. He gets a piece of it with his trapper. Nice play. Carries it into the offensive end up the middle. Here's a chance. And that's blocked from someone in front.
The Oilers really haven't done anything well tonight, James, and it's a tough one to take. You try and make adjustments, get yourself back in the game, you try to reset, but nothing works. Verhaeghe's looking pretty banged up out there, James. Looks like he's fighting, pushing through something. He's struggling to get to the end of the shift.
Made that stop. Edmonton's moving it along the wing. Good defensive effort to poke it away. And it's kicked away. Good fight for the puck along the boards. The Panthers move the puck in the defensive zone. Tarasenko's gained the line and on the attack. Shot! Big-time saving goal as he gets all of it with the stick.
Well, these are the saves when you know that your goaltender is dialed in, James. The ability to get to the top of the crease and be square to the shooter, that's a great save.
Chance of the deflection. Moves it over to Barkov. Gains the zone from the right side. Edmonton's got the puck in their own end.
From the home crowd right now. They didn't like that play earlier that injured their player, and they're going to let him know it all night long.
Luosterainen's got it along the wing. Shot denies him in close.
As a goaltender, you have to be able to read and anticipate the play. He does it perfectly and is able to negate the shot. Verhaeghe's in a lot of pain here, James. You can see it in his face as he's hobbling and laboring, trying to get back to the bench. Anytime you're injured, you want to know exactly where the play is. You don't want to put your team in a vulnerable spot, but you got to get off.
Florida's had a lot of success tonight on their scoring chances, and look at the result here late in this third period. Knocked away in the offensive zone, and he's ridden off the puck. Scooped up along the wall by Reinhart. Shot! Way too much congestion blocks that. Moves it quickly over to Hyman. Can't keep a hold of the puck after that play. Carries it across the line. There's another for the hit parade. And as the final seconds tick off the clock, the home fans acknowledging what they just saw tonight. Here's a shot. Stopped with the waffle maker by Bobrovsky. And it is all over with this one. An impressive team effort as they take the first one and draw the proverbial first blood in the series, Cheryl.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they would have drawn it up, James. You want to make sure that you're the one that establishes the play and pace of the game right off the top, and you want to set the tone. Well, they did that, and now their opponent's squeezing their sticks a little tight.
That'll do it from ringside here this evening. From all of us here at EA Sports, my name is James Cybulski. Playoff hockey is simply the best, and we'll see you at the next postseason game. Cheers.